Hello, my name is Tiara Williams, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the 8 steps to starting a nonprofit organization. But before I get into these 8 steps, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about myself. Of course, my name is Tiara Williams again, and I'm currently a graduate student at Full Sail University studying public relations. I have my Bachelor of Arts degree in Mass Communications, and I'm one of the co-founders of a nonprofit organization that I founded with my friend from high school called the Cardinal Nest Inc. Um, the organization has definitely grown and thrived in my hometown of East Cleveland, Ohio. I have personal experience of dealing with the 8 steps of starting a nonprofit organization, and I definitely have experience with assisting others in founding their nonprofit organizations. I take time to thoroughly research nonprofit development by listening and participating in podcasts on different topics and reading publications from the IRS on tax exempt status organizations. Um, Throughout my many successes and failures, I believe that I have become a very well versed on nonprofit organizations. Overall, my passion is empowering others to make a change in our world and in our community. So, I am ready to talk about these 8 steps that are needed to take to found these nonprofit organizations. And I just want to know if you guys are ready because I hope that you are. Okay, so step 1, do your homework. Figure out if starting a nonprofit is right for you. You need to research existing organizations, research demographic and population data, and know your alternatives. Find out if existing organizations are already doing the same or similar work in your community. It will be harder to get support if you are duplicating existing services versus adding to them. Also, find out if your demographic and population data shows a need for your services, and then you need to explain how those needs will be met. You need to figure out if a nonprofit is right for you. Public charities must be organized and operated exclusively through exempt purposes set forth in Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code. Know your alternatives and consider them. Forming a new nonprofit might be the most complicated way to act on your passion to serve your community. The biggest challenge for a new nonprofit is to maintain reliable income stream. To step 2, file the certificate of incorporation. You need to determine a name for your organization. Nonprofits can operate as unincorporated associations, charitable trusts, or corporations. Unincorporated organizations find it more difficult to be recognized as tax exempt, and they cannot receive grants from several foundations and corporations. You want to make sure that you file your incorporation document with the appropriate office within your state government. It is usually with the Office of the Secretary of State or Attorney General. Incorporation can be determined within the matter of 2 weeks. Incorporating the Cardinal Nest for me took only 2 weeks. You will also need to determine the name for your organization, where it will be headquartered, and its overall purpose. Remember to state the goals of the organization in the Purpose Clause. Step 3. Select individuals to serve on the board of directors. Selecting board members. Finding a desirable board is very difficult. A good board member is someone who is interested in the organization's purpose and who also has the same passion as you. You also want to have board members who are knowledgeable about nonprofits or well known in the field in which your nonprofit operates. I know what you guys may be thinking. Yes, it's hard to find trustworthy people, or yes, it's hard to find people who wants to volunteer or do things for charity, or who doesn't care about not making money. But if you find those people who have the same passion as you and who wants to help you fulfill your purpose, your nonprofit will be successful. Step 4 is to develop your vision and mission. Your vision and mission statement should reflect the beliefs and values of your organization. You definitely should know the difference between the two. The vision statement expresses your organization goals and reason for existence. Your mission statement is an overview of your organization's plan to carry out its vision. Those are the most important elements of your nonprofit organization. Without those, how can your purpose of your nonprofit be fulfilled? You want to keep your vision and your mission statement simple and to the point. You want to make sure that both of those statements define the purpose of your organization. Those are very important again, and without those, your nonprofit cannot really exist. You want to make sure that those statements falls within the guideline of why you started your nonprofit. What is the vision that you would like to see? And how will you get to that vision by using your mission statement? Now, I know I said your vision and mission statement are the most important, but step 5 is important as well. Establishing your bylaws and policies. Your bylaws define how a nonprofit organization will be managed and how it will run. They establish which board members will have authority and decision-making responsibility and how those responsibilities will be carried out. Having policies in place let the funders know that your board knows the importance of handling money prudently and responsibly. Step 6. Open up a bank account. It's definitely important to open up a bank account in the name of your organization. You should definitely open it up within the business account, and have different financial jobs for your directors so that the misappropriation of funds is minimized. For example, one person should be responsible for collecting money and the other person should be responsible for taking it and putting it in the bank account. Now, step 7 is the most important step in establishing your nonprofit organization. Step 7 is to file for federal tax exemption. You will have to file under the 501c3 status with the Internal Revenue Service for tax exemption. Tax exemption makes organizations who are under the 501c3 status exempt from paying taxes, and it makes it easier for private foundations to award grants to organizations that are registered under the 501c3 status. So when you get grants, you don't use them as a salary to pay yourself. All of the money that is donated to you for your organization is for your organization. It's to fulfill your purpose of your organization, to fulfill your mission and your vision for your organization. Now, this brings us to our last and final step, which is step 8, develop an overall fundraising plan. Now, this is very important. The reason being is your fundraising plans keep your organization going. It keeps it running. It keeps the revenue coming in that can be used for your organization. There are so many different ways to maintain a financially stable nonprofit organization. Many people extend their support and make contributions to nonprofit organizations in response to direct mail requests, door-to-door canvassing, hosting benefits, and conferences that are in support of your organization's purpose. There are many different fundraising events you can do, such as car washes, a dine-in where a percentage of whatever someone purchases goes to your organization. That's very beneficial to helping your nonprofit continue in its financially stable direction. You also want to figure out, I think I missed the step, but you also want to figure out if your organization is going to be for membership, where you have membership in your organization. With those, you can have them donate, but just remember that you are responsible for those members. You want to make sure that those members are in the guidelines within the fulfillment of your organization's purpose. If your organization, for example, the Cardinal Nest is to help kids from East Cleveland, Ohio, high school students continue to pursue higher education. But other than that, it helps everyone in all of their aspects, in the different aspects of their lives besides education. It helps them with their community goals, their community service, just becoming that well-rounded individual. Step 8 was our last and final step for steps to establishing a nonprofit organization. I hope that after this educational webinar that some of you will know if starting a nonprofit is right for you. As I stated earlier, there are other alternatives to consider to act on within your passion. If you are looking to start a nonprofit to receive grants to pay yourself a salary, then I truly believe you should stop there because that is not the purpose of a nonprofit. The purpose of a nonprofit is to help build in any aspect which your nonprofit purpose serve, whether it's educational or if it's to stop bullying or if it's to stop domestic violence or if it's just to encourage people, I hope that you guys took away some valuable information from this webinar, and I want to thank you for attending, and I hope that you learned something that you could put towards to starting your nonprofit today, tomorrow, next month, even next year. Thank you so much.